let's get the strat attack recorded since we got a lot of evidence here to start off the week. So the Dow, we saw 212 on Monday, continuation Tuesday, bang, buyers came back. Now here's your broadening formation. You see how that inside day marks the start of the rally from our weekend vid. SPY, inside day up, confirms again on a Tuesday. So they bought SPY Monday, came back to buy more Tuesday. Q's not yet, inside day. Then IDBM, a little weaker, but you'll see it was inside week, unlike SPY, Q's, and Dow. So what did they do? You know, the same thing that every inside week always does. They make new lows and new highs over and over. So you're seeing new low, 15 or up. And then the 15 stayed good, 15 stayed good, up, and here they go. So here's our triangle. It's going to look something along the lines of this once they make those slight higher highs. That being said, this morning we saw Homebuilders from our weekend vid. We had the inside week XHB. We said yesterday they're closer to the 2-2 down, but it went gap down buy. So what do we do on a gap down? Buy it back up. You're going to see the 2-2-30 here in Homebuilders. Boom. Where did that also occur? Well, if we go to our weekend vid, or we go to our nightly vid actually, but we can go look at both. You're going to see inside week Homebuilders, all these names. This is where you look, right? We go to the nightly vid, Homebuilders, all these names. This is where you look. So we just take these names. We take a look at them. Lows, 3-2-30, boom, there's your broadening formation. We actually identified this on the fiver down in here this morning. Bang, bang, Rob would call this a coast to coaster, because you go from the East Coast to the northern coast, so to speak. Or no, southern coast to the northern coast, so to speak. If we go to Home Depot, you're going to see the same thing. Gap down by 30s, 3-2. If we go to KBH, this is my favorite, gap down by 2-2, boom. If we go to DHI, 2-2, bang. TOL, 2-2, boom. DHM, 2-2, boom on earnings. So if we go look at the week here, setting up an outside week maybe. These are all setting up those hammer months, which we discussed in the weekend vid. And then we also see healthcares confirming. So from our weekend vid, healthcares, 1, 2, 2, boom, right? 2-2 reversal, up they go. Now, how do you play that? Well, in the morning, we saw the gap up, shooter 15 down, boom, new low. What do you do after new lows? We want to buy it. 2-2, boom, you're in. All right, go to the 30. 3-2-2, you're in. All right, we didn't focus too much on these names, but LLY right there in the 30s. Humana, they actually just got in off to the highs right away. UNH, see, had a 3-2-2 15er in here. The 30s are a 3-2 reversal, just straight up. The 2-2 week. Go to ILMN, 3-2-2, they're still working on it. Beam, still stuck inside 60 for now. Twist, last night's vid, 3-2-2, boom. BETR, did go 30s up, it didn't work, so you just get out, so be it. Then NTLA went inside 30s up, so they are firming up, but still inside day, trying to confirm the week. The other thing we saw was financials. 2 up Monday, 2 up again Tuesday, which tells us go after anything in financials stronger, taking last week's highs. Because we don't want to buy inside weeks, we want to buy 2s. So in there, we saw Visa and MasterCard this morning. Momentum Hammer Visa back through the range. And then MasterCard. Momentum Hammer, which did what? Triggered the 3-2-2 week. And we mentioned this morning right here on the 5-minute inside fiver MasterCard, which gets you in. And your risk would have been, 87 cents at the most, up almost $8, 1 to 10. If we go to some of the banks and stuff, a little bit in there, but mostly your Visa, MasterCard that we see. We also see with your transports this morning, it went gap down 2-2-30 buy, which tells you things in the transports, which is like your cruise lines. So they bought CCL Monday. Tuesday, come back to buy more. And here's our breakout level, which we mentioned for those in the Discord here. So let me update that. Very nice. We got RCL. See, they're still working on that. And NCLH about to become inside week up, or actually they're right at it. We'll get that in there as well. That being said, in the uraniums, we saw these guys open inside day down, so they're a little weaker in the uraniums today. Now they're still green on the month, but they're coming back. They go inside 60, so we'll see what happens there. If we go to SMR, inside 60, Oklo inside, CCJ inside, so a lot of inside 60s. We'll look for that simultaneous break as we do. And then quantums. QUBT inside 60, QBTS closer to hammers up. So they take their weekly magnitude and then they come back into yesterday's 3. So there is a chance we see the triangle play out in here. Triangle, triangle, triangle like this on the day. What we don't want to do is hold losers. So if you're in a losing trade, if that reverses, then you don't want to stick around unless you're willing to risk it, off a weekly, which should be a lot of risk, right? We're not shooter weekend force anymore. It needs to be below last week's lows or else we're not doing much. Our GTI is still down there inside 60. Then QUBT, still continuation week momentum shooter with full time frame continuity, but inside 60 green. So when we look at this, you can see, right? If we look left, where are all the pivots at this point? Well, we look on the 60, right? They're up and left. Doesn't mean we have to take all these out, but what it does mean is everyone's short. So we got to stop out some of those shorts, and then maybe we can get the triangle back down. That being said, that's all we've got. Got a lot of fun stuff today, and we'll see if they keep going.